Alright, here we go. Let's see what the mother has to say. Poor Alistair.
Here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm fine, I appreciate your concern.
This doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Yep.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Why did you save us? So you must be very old and powerful.
Must I? Age and power are relative. It depends on who is asking. Compared to you, yes, on both counts.
Then why didn't you save Duncan? He was our leader.
I am sorry for your Duncan, but your grief must come later. In the dark shadows before you take vengeance, as my mother once said. Duty must come now. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
Of course not. It changed when most of them were slaughtered. The Grey Wardens are a lot more. I guess it says... I'll say of course not.
But we were fighting the Darkspawn. The king had nearly defeated them. Why would Loghain do this?
Now that is a good question.
The power play wanted the king to
Men's
die.
hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Haha. We need to find the Archdemon. What is the Archdemon exactly? Let's ask her that.
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An Archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by Darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Alright, we need to find it. Let's see. Will you help us fight it?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Yeah, right.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
The Earl of Redcliffe.
I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle.
Ah, okay.
I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Alright. So keep in mind, Loghain was also an honorable
The Jarl
man.
would never do what Tairn Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
We need the rest of the Grey Wardens. Surely there are other allies.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
Aha!
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
As long as there's profit in it. Say, why not?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I don't suppose you could offer any more help.
Now that you mention it,
Ah!
I do have one more thing to offer.
What's that?
The stew is bubbling,
she takes her
my
top
dear.
off.
Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Whoa!
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Hey, that's an excellent
Have
idea.
I no say in this?
Nope.
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Nah.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They
Damn.
need you, Morrigan. Without you,
task.
they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
What things could you possibly have? You have a fucking scarf for your shirt.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Nah.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
I have some questions. Ooh.
I may have answers. Ask.
Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not.
Ah.
Is what you meant, yes?
It's not really her daughter. Okay.
Young? Married? Pregnant? Who said she was any of these things? I certainly did not.
Nah. Have you ever been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Tell me about the village to the north.
It is a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your imperial highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
Annoying chantry in that town,
Chantry.
huh?
And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch.
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Is there any reason to go to Lothering then?
I mention it for its tavern, where travelers gather with news from other places.
And
'tis small
it's
enough that her
booze.
appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Are we going to get past the
The
Darkspawn?
real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time.
Ah, okay.
We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. It is important we head out of the wilds, however,
it's pig
not
shit.
farther in.
Rub it all over you. The darkspawn can't farther in the forest.
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
What skills do you have?
I know a few spells.
I can jerk a
though
mean
I am
dick.
nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook.
Oh, sexist. Come on. Never mind him. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
All right.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alright. It looks like Alistair leveled up. We got a few... Whoa, all these new quests are opening up. Whoa. Alistair and Morgan approved. +4. Let's level up Alistair here. Whoa, Master Combat Training. Boom. He can still learn Threaten. What else can he learn? Oh, what's this? Shield Balance. Learn to compensate for the weight of the shield and no longer serve as an attack penalty while using shield defense. Sweet. There you go. Boom.